Oh yes, the faithful Neewer stuff. Some people love it, some people hate it, but let's get into it, see what I think. It's about time we talked about this little brand. They're pretty cool, to be honest, and I know, see, change colour. I know a lot of people sort of against it, and I think like Godox in this respect was sort of part of that. Long ago now, I think they've sort of become more reputable. It's a bit like the Skoda of the car world. It's been taken over by Volkswagen, so it's all of a sudden come up to scratch. But Neewer, you see them all the time on Amazon. Well, I do anyway, and I keep seeing them in Facebook ads and God knows what else. And I'm not fed up of carrying all my lighting gear around, but obviously it is heavy, and then for some jobs you're like, do I need like these 3 heads in this bag all the time? So I got these, and I got them for a discount on Amazon. I think they worked out £23 each, but I've seen them for about £28 to £32 each. USB-C charger at the back. They do pretty much what you would expect from an RGB light. Change colour, you can make them do police lights and God knows what else, which I've never used. But I'll link some images up in the corner as well. And they're really, really good. Even just one on their own, they're really powerful, to be honest. I'm not going to bore you with all the stats because it absolutely bores me to tears. But I use them in quite a few things, you know, on site to clients and things. So, like I work for Hambao, which is like a food restaurant in Worcester, and I use these to light the burgers, whether it's from the side or from behind or in front, just to get added colour. Sometimes I use like the RGB, but a lot of the time I use the 550 Kelvin daylight balance, just to obviously either accentuate like the sauces on the burgers, and they work really, really well. And to be fair, they last on full power. They last like a couple of hours. I very rarely have them on that long. I sort of turn them on and off between shoots. They're magnetic, so you can also stick them to metal subjects. I will link in actual fact this gym shot I did with these, and I actually stuck them to the side of the gym, so it was really, really handy. But really, really quick to use, easy to charge, doesn't take too long, last a long time. Most of the time you probably won't have them on 100%. And they're that cheap that you can buy a couple at a time and, you know, just top your stuff up, so then you can obviously make them larger. They've actually got a screw in there as well, so you can actually screw them together. So you can put them on tripods, and they're brilliant. I know it's not like a really in-depth review, but they're really, really good. There's so many different variations of these, like non-branded stuff, because that's what they are. They're like non-branded lights from China, and then they just put their branding logo on them, so they've got all sorts of fancy names. But they're really, really good. And if you don't want to go and spend loads of money on really fancy big LED panels like or aperture stuff or nano light, you can just get these, and these will sort of cut it with a lot of the stuff, especially for video work. I use these to light my videos when it's dark outside. So yeah, give them a bash. I'm not getting paid for this, obviously, but this is something I use most weeks, so they do get a hammering, and they're really, really good. So don't be a snob, buy cheap.